Hello, everyone. Good evening. So we are again in our weekly stock picks. So last Wednesday, I didn't have the midweek pick because I was just out for the day, for the night. So here we have today yung typical weekly stock picks natin. For this week, we have Dito, MPI, JGS, PXP, and Green. No? So most of them had a great run last week, and most of them has a potential run this week. So let's scan them here in this video and see the possible output or where can the stocks be headed. So please watch this video out. All right. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Kevin Autea. For those of you who haven't known me yet, and I'm a financial wealth planner and a stock market investor. So here in this YouTube, you are watching my weekly stock picks. It's my commitment, or it's my way of sharing with you my ideas, or sharing what may be the top stocks that performed last week that can possibly perform well this week. So let's start. By the way, I am using these indicators. I have the 20, the 50, 100, and the 200-day EMA. I'm also using the volume and the MACD and RSI. So typical indicators. I would also be using the yung support resistance lines. Right. For here, we have dito. Right. Dito is continuously moving up on this way. No? Let's draw a line here. You can see a resistance line there. Support, I mean. You can draw a support line here. So hopefully tomorrow, if the stock can still move up, supported by the other crossover here, the 50 crossover the 100-day EMA. All right. Also, it's being supported by the MACD, still above. Then the RSI is bouncing back again to a overbought levels. We're in. Hindi lang naman siya. It's not just overbought. It's bad for the stock, but it's also a momentum indicator that the stock is continuously moving up. Right. Let's check the possible resistance lines, or actually it's within the resistance areas right here. All right, maybe the next resistance line will be around that area, supported by this area here and areas there. So the risk management we can go, or we can use here, is that let me just do a full screen of this one. Here, the risk that we can anticipate is around 5%. All right, and the reward that we can expect is around 13% up to 4.14. No, if it will break this resistance level at around 3.85, let's check on that. Around 5%, so 1:1. Also, you can use the Fibonacci retracement here. As you can see here, I'll be using that one here. So it's around the 38% retracement around this area. So most of it, kadalasan, if the stock bounce back below or within 38.50 areas, so those are a good momentum stocks. Also, we can consider this, the 20 EMA, the blue one. No? Kumbaga, hindi pa siya nagko-cross below the 20 EMA. So that's one good sign as well. Alright, we have MPI. MPI, as I scan this one, medyo contradicting, no? First of all, you have to consider the trend. No, the trend, pataas naman yung trend. The trend is uptrend. Right here. No? The moving averages are about to cross over again, the 50 to cross above the 100. Let's check for the 200-day MAs of this one. Medyo malayo pa siya. Alright. Then, eto. Then next, no, it's like the Fibonacci again, no? It retraced for like 50% kung di ako nagkakamali around this area. So if we are about to zoom that, around 50%, no? Medyo nakakatakot din yung mga gantong candle, no? Medyo, and supported by a reversal candle here. So, pwede siguro if you started investing below, kaya mo pa mag-hold. But if you bought on a breakout right here, medyo mapapaisip ka na siguro mag-sell or mga ganong discount siguro. Also, one thing is quite unpleasant here, the divergence of the RSI. As you know, if you've attended my seminars, no, the free and the paid seminars, I am discussing there the divergence of the stocks. Usually, the possible output of this one is that the stock can go down because the RSI is going down, contradicting to the price that is going up. So, divergence, magkaiba siya ng wave. Okay? The possible support resistance line of this stock will be around this area, or let's try to plot the support resistance here, no? Around this area. And the next possible price of that one will be maybe around this area as well. Why? Because of these points and these points here. So this is a good run, no? If it breaks out from this resistance line, maybe at the last peak of this one. Now, what are the risk-reward ratio? The reward, if it will go back at its nearest resistance, will be around 2%. Then the next one will be around 11%. Then that's the reward, no? The risk can be around 3%, no, up to this level. Yeah, so it's quite manageable if you would invest in NPI or trade MPI. Next, we have JG Summit. For JG Summit, I think why did I choose this one? Because of the MACD, the MAs that are about to cross and are looking uptrend. Also the RSI, no, it's quite medyo pataas yung trend niya. But the MACD, hindi pa siya ganun nag-anticipate. No? Maybe we could expect this tomorrow to cross or some following days. No? Also, we could expect for this levels to hold. No? Yung area na yan. Yan. Sige, delete ko lang to isa. Yan. And another, ilagay ko lang to, resistance line at this pattern. No? So, possible if the stock breaks out around this area. No? So, usually ganun yung trend na what we, yung iniispatan natin. Ito, this one, up to this point, Fibonacci. So, it's around in between 23 to 38%. So, the retracement is manageable. No? For the risk-reward ratio of this one, let's plot it here. The risk is obviously at this support area. So that's around 2.71. And the reward, the nearest resistance will be around here, 7%. The next possible resistance line after this one can be found maybe around this area. Why? Because of these points, and these points. So, ganun yung possible scenarios that I see here with JGS. Again, no, if the MACD dominated na medyo pababa yung trend niya, pwedeng magtuloy lang to dito. Yan, pag ganyan. Or possible bumaba pa siya or mag-bounce back na siya pataas. Next, we have PXP. For PXP, ang ganda ng rally niya, no, for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. No, pero medyo ano to, no, medyo risky, nakakatakot, especially for those first-time traders. But for some professional traders out there, medyo favorable sa kanila yung move na to. Let's try to analyze it. Dito, pwede tayo gumawa ng horizontal resistance area. Magawa tayo ng area dito. Yan. So, nung na-break yung area na yan, supported by uptrend naman siya. Here, we have an uptrend support line here. No? So, actually, up to this point, medyo quite, for me personally, no, it's quite, parang nakakatakot din itong area. But, with the gap up, no, medyo this quite willing to take the risk itong area, itong point na to. So, siguro kung nakasakay kayo dyan at this end point ngayon will be around 8%. But if you've anticipated it, di ba, took the risk, 40% agad, grabe, no? In just 5 days. Swerte. But syempre, within the day, this is quite, ano bang other term for nakakatakot? Di naman siya totally nakakatakot. It's ano ba to? Yes, nakakatakot na rin. Lalo na, di ba, matatakot ka lang naman sa isang bagay if you don't know. So, if you know what to do, you won't be afraid of it. So, kailangan talaga alam mo siya. The possible movement of this one will be around, let's check first the MACD. It's okay, sobrang ganda. Volume is still above average and the RSI is still okay. Then here, support resistance line. Let's try to draw the support here around 4%. And the resistance will be, maybe if we're going to consider this one, the nearest one, it's around 6%. The next thing that I can see is around this area. Why? Because of this point. Yan. So, extend ko lang. Excuse. Yan. So, possible around that area. So, 16%. Malaking potential pa. No? Okay, next. Last but not the least, we have green. For green, still, no, pataas pa rin siya. Medyo, there's a quite, pullback or candle here na there's a fear of selling, but the buyer still dominated and pushes the stock above even more, no? The MACD still playing around or it's still above the signal line. The volume is really nice. The RSI, pataas din siya. No? So let's focus on the trend. Nag-crossover na rin yung 50 to the 100-day EMA. No? So what's the possible move? Let's check for its retracement. No? Let's say we'll take on this one and this point. No? So if we are going to consider, if we are not going to consider the wick or the tail, 23% yung retracement, but here 61% yung retracement niya. And still nag-hold pa rin yung 20 EMA around this area. So what's the possible scenarios for this one? We can cut the risk around here, no? 3% levels, 3 to 5. Then the reward, if we can use this one, that's 8%, or the one thing that I can see is here, 12%. No, kasi dito sa area na to. Saan galing to? Where did this one came from? Here, and this areas right there. So, 2.16 area is quite manageable for this one. Alright. So, that's it. Now, we only have 5 stocks for this week. I hope you found value learning in this one. For those who have attended my free webinars, you can apply all the technical analysis or chart indicators that we've discussed earlier and next week. No, for those who wants to level up your skill, you want to use more indicators, more examples to shorten the time of learning, na para yung mga losses nyo, hindi nyo na ma-occur, you can invest and register in my webinar this July 12. I have the link below and the link or the outro in this video so you can see. All right, so that's it. Again, please subscribe to this YouTube channel for me to reach more people, connect to more people, and help more people make the most of their money by investing in the stock market. So that's it. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay safe and
pwede ka na mag-isip-isip kung technical yan naman. Yes. Ibig sabihin ito yung resistance niya, yung break niya. Hindi mo to alam kung wala kang technical sa chart. Unlike dito kapag bumili.
Tapos pag bumili ka dyan, tapos pag
Dito?
nag-ano siya ng backyard, hindi ka nang magbasa.
Pwede. Here's a trend, di ba? May line dito eh. Again, kanina yun yung resistance, di ba? Na alam nila hanggang dito lang yung price, kaya bibenta na sila.